Welcome to the Ohio AgNet podcast. I'm Matt Reese. I'm the editor for Ohio's Country Journal, joined by the amazing Dusty Sonnenburg, who's Ohio's field leader and with Ohio AgNet. And today we welcome Alan Sundemeier. He is a professor emeritus with OSU Extension and the current coordinator for the Conservation Action Project up in Northwest Ohio. So thanks, Alan, for being with us.
You're welcome. I appreciate the opportunity.
So, Alan, I don't know what your thoughts are about the upcoming Super Bowl, but we got a couple of non-Midwestern teams. Well, Kansas City's Midwest. That counts. Not typically Ohio, where we'd root for one of those teams in the Super Bowl. But I have a feeling you might. Are you a Swiftie? Do you like Taylor Swift? Does that mean you're rooting for the Kansas City Chiefs?
No, but I will be going out to Las Vegas in about a week, so we timed it after the Super Bowl. So
that's probably
hopefully
good.
They'll have the city cleaned up by then a little.
So for the record, Swiftie, not a Swiftie. What are you, Alan?
In between, I'll listen a little bit, but not that dedicated. No, I'm
okay,
too old
that's
for
pretty
that.
much. That answers all my questions for the podcast, Alan. I really just wanted to know that. What about you, Dusty? What are your thoughts on the upcoming Super Bowl?
I don't know. The teams I wanted to be in obviously aren't in, so I'll probably have to go with Kansas City just because they're the closest to home, but I'm not going to be overly emotionally involved in it.
And no Swiftie connection for you either?
I like Taylor Swift music, but no, I wouldn't consider myself a Swiftie. Probably not that dedicated.
I am just not. When I hear her songs, I just think these aren't good. I don't like these songs at all.
Matt, you're so out of touch.
I am. I'm an old guy. And we're going to be talking mostly with Alan about the Conservation Action Project and some upcoming things there. And we're going to get back to that eventually. But yes, initially, Alan, could you just give us a real brief overview of the Conservation Action Project and what that is?
Well, this started, I guess, around 1988, believe it or not, over 35 years ago. And I believe Bill Roars at the time there in Defiance County, was the first coordinator. And, it's unique. We're focused on 7 counties. They're in the basin of the Maumee River, Paulding, Defiance, Williams, Henry, Fulton, Wood, and Lucas. We might have some outreach beyond that, but, our main responsibilities are going to be in those 7 counties. And what the idea was, looking at where there's gaps, where ag industry, we don't want to duplicate. Academia has things going on. Farmers are trying things. We're looking to try to fill that gap where there's some innovative programming that we can help move the needle along to, look at our soil and water quality and try to improve things for Lake Erie. That's pretty much our bottom line. So that's kind of wide open, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of layers to that. And we're going to get back to more of that. But first, we need to talk about a little bit of audio. We've got a lot of up and down this time of year. And right now we're up. I'm looking outside. It's sunny. It's pretty warm. It was over 50 yesterday down here in Fairfield County anyway. And some of these warmer temperatures can lead to potential for condensation and issues in some of those grain bins. So I talked with Matt Bambauer, who does a lot of grain storage over there in Western Ohio. And he had some tips about not only managing during the winter, but also getting that grain ready in the proper condition to put into the bins to make sure we don't have issues in the middle of winter when we do have these ups and downs, and just trying to manage the temperature of that grain in the bin. So pretty good information from Matt Bambauer. Also, Dale was at a DeKalb event and talked to some big yield winners here over the last week or so. And we've got some audio with Dale coming up also from with some of those yield winners from that event. So lots of good stuff coming up next in the audio, and we're going to have much more with Alan Sundemeier and the Conservation Action Project coming up next in the Ohio AgNet podcast. So be sure to check that out in the comments on this post and also at ocj.com and in your morning Digital Dale email. Thanks all for tuning in to the Ohio AgNet.